What did I really think about Playboy? What, you guys actually clicked on this video and thought that I would be trashing the album? Are you okay? That album, yeah? Right, so I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't really know what to expect with Fireboy's album, you know. Like, honestly, when he released that, it was called Playboy, I was like, is this gonna be like the single Playboy? Because with me, I was sort of on the line with Playboy. I thought, yeah, it was a pretty decent song, but it was kind of like not really the Fireboy that I connect with. So I was kind of deep down hoping that he wouldn't try and switch up his sound too much. I also had numerous conversations on Twitter Space with my fellow reactors and all of that about my expectations on the Fireboy album, and I was like, guys, I really don't want this album to be too focused on the American market, because even though I'm pushing for Afrobeats to become global, I'm all about the movement and pushing the genre, it's like I also don't want the Afrobeats originality and sounds to get mixed up too much, because it takes away the magic for me, man, and it takes away the beauty of the music for me. And like, that's something that I keep bringing up a lot lately, just because I feel like the more these artists are going global and all of that, and I was scared, honestly scared, because Fireboy had a huge hit with Peru, obviously remixed it with Ed Sheeran and went global even more so. So with the success of Peru, which was a moment, a big moment in his career, and for Afrobeats to be fair, I was worried that he would focus on the outside more than what we want from him, which is his pure Afrobeats, his pure sound, the Fireboy sound. So yeah, man, it was definitely something I had in the back of my mind when I was thinking of this album. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I didn't know whether I would really enjoy this album as much as I was hoping I would. Now, obviously, I do reactions, so I don't actually generally listen to the whole album at first. I usually pick out the ones I want to react to, and then after the reactions are done, I go listen to the other songs and I go take in the album properly. And then sometimes I'll do an album review. So at this point, I had listened to about 3-4 songs. I obviously did A Shower, Diana, Compromise, and Timothy, right? And the other songs I hadn't listened to yet. So from what I had heard and the reactions I made, I was like, this album is sick. Now, I say that because he didn't go away from his sound too much so, but he still experimented, he still brought in other sounds, and he just did, man, I don't even know. I don't know, bruv. I actually don't know. I don't know how people are trashing this album, by the way. I can't lie. Like, I'm looking online sometimes and people, I mean, look, music is subjective. Obviously, everyone can have their opinion. People are comparing it to his last albums and they're not really happy with how this one's sounding. Me personally, man, I'm just like, how can you not see the beauty in this album, man? Like, my guy did rock. Okay, listen, let's actually go through it, because first of all, the standout tracks for me, let me just quickly list them. Change, A Shower, Diana, Compromise, Timothy, and Glory, and Afro High Life. Oh my god, how did I even forget Afro High Life? So those are the ones that stood out to me. Those are the ones that I actually listen to pretty much on a daily basis now. So yeah, man, like, obviously Change and Glory, the first song was Change, the last song on the album is Glory. So both of those songs have an impact. They have a lot of meaning. It's quite motivational. He talks about his journey. Change is like looking ahead, and Glory was kind of like looking from the past. So it was very interesting, and I actually love both those songs. I feel like I really was hoping for something like that on this album, because yeah, it's just reflecting on his journey, and it was quite motivational, man. Either way, I feel like people can relate to that song, or they can just take motivation from it and inspiration from it. So yeah, man, out of those two, my favorite is Glory. Oh my god, this guy, yeah, literally mixed Afrobeats with rock. Like, Glory is like crazy, man. The production, the way it all comes together, the lyrics, everything. Like, Glory hits me different, man. I literally love that song. It's in my top 5, 100%. Now, A Shower is just that jam. You guys have obviously seen my reaction, so I'm not really going to go into it too much. But man, it's just catchy. Obviously, I don't really agree with the lyrics too much, because we're not all our showers. But I mean, it was quite like cool of him to do that. It was a bit different, catchy, and it's just that kind of jam you're gonna listen to and just chill and vibe to, you know what I mean? So yeah, Show was a cool song. Diana, obviously you see my reaction. I mean, how can you really say bad things about that? I know there's been quite a lot of feedback in regards to Diana, saying that the mix of the 3 genres, because obviously you had Chris Brown, which kind of brings the R&B influence, pop influence, I guess, and Shenzia, who brings the Caribbean influence with the dance hall and all of those vibes. So people were kind of like, they weren't really feeling it. They didn't really feel like it gelled well. I personally did feel like it gelled well. I like the song. I mean, do I agree that Shenzia didn't really need to be in the song? Maybe, I don't know. It's not really something I've really thought about like that, but Diana is a jam, man. Like, that's a sick tune. Compromise. Now, so many people are saying that they didn't really like Compromise for different reasons, and to be honest, it's all just gone over my head, because I just don't even understand how you're trying to nitpick at Compromise. Like, Compromise is lit, man. Go watch my reaction and I feel like you'll appreciate that song differently. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and try to convince you lot, because yeah, no. I'm gonna be real, my #1 song of the whole album is Timothy. That tune is such a banger, man. Like, his flow, everything was just sick. The sounds straight away with the flute and the, oh my gosh, Timothy is a jam. Afro High Life, I appreciate differently. Like, when you actually listen to the instruments, the lyrics, the way he's done that, he's literally brought like live instruments and a live experience through a song. It's like, I listen to the song and I don't know, it's just, you're just picturing him on stage. It's the maddest thing. I really want a music video to that, live band type of thing. That would be really sick. I really want to see that. Yeah, man, overall this album is just honestly a great album. I feel like it could be considered as album of the year for me. Right now it's fighting for #1 position, album of the year for me. I'm not 100% sure yet, but it's up there with one of the best albums I've heard this year, 100%. We still got quite a lot of albums coming, so let's just see how it looks at the end of the year. But right now, it's a strong album, man. Honestly, like, you can't fault how much he tried on this. He also stayed consistent with what his fans know, and he didn't steer away from his normal sound too much. And I was just so glad that he didn't do that, because it just made me feel like, okay, cool, Fireboy really knows what he's doing out here. He's not, you know, trying to be someone that he's not. He's staying true to his sound, but he's evolving normally as any artist would, without trying to please other markets too much. Obviously, he's got them in mind. I can't lie, he obviously has those markets in mind, the US market, the outside perspectives in mind, but he's not trying to focus on it too much. And I feel like I really like that. It felt natural. It felt like he really took time with this album, and he gave us quality music, man. Now, the only thing I will say, there is one song on the album that I really don't know what he was doing with this one. Unfortunately, it is Having Fun. Now, people are like, come on, man, he was just having fun. Maybe he was, I don't know, but I don't know, the whole reggae thing, I don't know, it just didn't really work for me too much, man. That's the only thing I could probably say about this album that I wasn't really too fond of. Having Fun just kind of felt like a track that I probably won't go back on But I know some people have slid in my DM saying Having Fun is such a jam. So there are people that are feeling it, but for me, the reggae thing and it was like a soft reggae as well. It kind of just felt like he was experimenting with the reggae thing, but he wasn't properly going in for it. So for me, it was kind of like that kind of song where I was like, oh, I'm not too sure. Like, yeah, that's how I felt. But yeah, guys, like, let me know what you think of the album. I know you guys were itching to hear what I actually really felt about this album, but no, man, like, Fireboy really outdone himself. I love this album. I think, yeah, man, I really love it. So yeah, thanks for sticking by me and watching another video. Obviously subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, with it from Jeff Vibes.